Hello, and welcome back to another installment of Leadership in Action, the show. I'm Tristan Murrow, joined by Sam Understall.
And we're here representing the best of both classes for our final episode.
Tristan, I thought this is period 4's class, right? Yeah, I thought it was our episode. What's Sam doing?
We agreed that we were going to do both classes after this episode. We talked
Hey, hold on. Sam, what are you doing? It's you and I's class. It's period 7. We're doing it. Tristan, get out. Just get out. No, it's Sam.
If we are going to do one period, it should be period 7.
Agreed.
What? Period 4 is easily the better of the two classes.
No. We picked up yours. I want to turn the order. Oh, what's editing the video?
Wait. If we're gonna argue, let's settle this like men. Monopoly.
Okay.
Fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh.
This game started off bad from the very beginning. Leo chose the thimble. I'm always the thimble.
Yeah, and don't forget that one. You're not gonna pay yet.
Okay. I might be going crazy, but every round I have $100 that keeps going missing, and I don't know where I'm spending it, and I don't know where it's going, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
You know, I've taken $100 from Carter every turn. He still hasn't noticed.
Hey,
Virginia.
That's a monopoly. I should win. That's the name of the game. I have a monopoly.
That's my money. It's not your game.
I can't even get all the money. I can't even spend
money though.
Look at all the money I have. Clearly I'm winning.
I just found enjoyment in them arguing. I thought it was hilarious.
Still in jail.
This game is so unfair because no one's teaching me how to play. I've been in jail since round 2, and I still haven't figured out how to get out.
This is boring, guys. I'm not gonna lie. How long have you been here?
I'm not even supposed to be here. They didn't even give me a jacket. I've been filming Monopoly for 2 hours. I just want to go home. All right, guys, this has gone on long enough. Can we just anchor the show together, please?
Fine.
Thank you.
Might as well just install anything, so.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of a communications issue between our classes, but since this is a good news program, we decided to settle our differences and co-anchor this episode. So once again, welcome back to another episode of Leadership in Action, the show.
The final episode of Leadership in Action, at least for now.
Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Over the past few months, we've loved sharing good news with everyone in the CBC community and spreading positivity as far as possible. Our 2 class periods that have helped create this show have worked very hard to make this idea a reality, and we're so proud of how far we've come.
But as the holidays approach and the semester comes to an end, our Leadership in Action class is also nearing its end. Because of that, this episode is going to be our last episode of the year.
Now, this doesn't mean the show is ending by any means. We hope that through our hard work, we have created something that can continue to grow and evolve even without our class. This show is something that we hope future classes can help create and make even better. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
We hope that you enjoyed this show as much as we enjoyed making it. Since this is our last episode, however, we wanted to make this installment a send-off of sorts from our LIA crew, as well as a way to wrap up everything the show has tried to do over the past semester. So here's a little recap of the season and a behind-the-scenes conversation about what Lia The Show means and looks like through our eyes, the people who created it. Welcome to the first installment of Leadership in Action, the show. We are back. Okay.
He's got something to tell you. 1 second. What's up, Ma?
Congratulations to Coach Maris.
Welcome to the third installment.
Hi, I'm Taylor Louderman.
Welcome to Leadership in Action. Industrial robots meant for these.
Unsung hero of CBC High School is none other than
Ryan and Lynn Kelly.
Well, that's all we got for you guys today. We hope you enjoyed the first installment of our show for the year, and we hope to see you back again soon for more great news.
Well, it's been a great semester, and we hope our show has brought you some joy or made your day a little bit better. And maybe you even learned a little something about CBC2.
At the end of the day, we just want to say thank you for watching us and supporting our show.
We've all had an amazing time making these episodes and trying to make a positive change here in our community. And your support while watching has inspired us to keep going.
It really started kind of our junior year in junior leadership. We had our junior leadership project where we wanted to bring CBC together. What we decided on doing was bringing this video where we showcase different areas of CBC and we kind of tried to connect them and bring more awareness to the parts of CBC that weren't as much featured.
It was interesting because we knew obviously this class wasn't going to be what it was the previous year because of COVID and everything. So it kind of just like, I liked how it kind of evolved.
Yeah, this was like the next best thing we could do.
I think it's impressive that I feel like now this class is never going to be the same as it was, because before it was sort of like they did the same thing every year, but like this year we did something that had never really been done before with the show.
We kind of started off by talking about like what hasn't been shown around the community, and that sort of developed into how can we show that.
To be like, well, how do we break down all the things that go on in the CBC community? clearly it's a huge community. How do we break it all down into these little segments that we can cover individually?
Every section and part of every video should showcase a very key part of what CBC is. Every area, if it's STEM, football, theater, showcase how connected they were. It's all about brotherhood.
It's cool that we were able to like make this and like actually like see it through.
So many of us came from different activities, different backgrounds, very different people, and we all found somewhere in this project where we could find an impact, whether that was going on getting interviews, writing the scripts, anchoring, all these different things, and it just got all these different people to come together and create some big project. And I just thought that was really interesting, and I think kind of what the leadership program is all about.
That was really cool, you know. Every single classroom, basically Mr. Monroe would be like, all right, what are we doing? And we would have to figure that out. We would, you know, select different, almost, I want to say, like, divisions of each classroom. Half of us would be going to get interviews. The other half of us would be writing the script. Then we'd have people actually filming people outside of the classroom for things prepared, maybe not even for that episode, but for the next episode. And I think the way that it was so free-flowing, and at the same time we were all intertwined, you know, switching roles up as the season went throughout is one of my favorite things. And how, you know, even if you did something small, it would still be somehow incorporated into the big film, and everyone would get their piece. And we would just go up to teachers and we would put them on the spot. We'd be like, well, are you willing to do a quick interview? And their willingness to always just be like, yeah, sure, no matter what they were doing, always pause it and just spend 5 minutes with us to answer our questions was something huge. And I don't think our episode could have been accomplished if it wasn't for the just willingness of participation from everyone.
And I think a major reason for that is just, I think a lot of the teachers love seeing the appreciation that and the recognition we gave to other teachers and to them, because I think here at CBC, like, while we always appreciate our teachers, I think sometimes it might not be shown to the fullest extent. I think the show really helped.
That's why I think the Unsung Hero episode was so important, because talking about all those guys that we really appreciate and yet we don't always thank.
But just in doing the show, it was able to like show us, like ourselves, a lot of stuff that we weren't even aware of in the community, and making that kind of highlighted not only to our community, but we also learned ourselves. Me personally, I wasn't even aware of a lot of the stories we covered before covering them. Like I wasn't aware of the trap shooting team like at all. I wasn't aware of like Murray Getz's background and that whole story. Same with Barrett and Gertis. I wasn't really aware about their background. I had like an idea.
And I think the interview with Gertis and Maris really, I just think it really worked well. Like there was a lot of cohesion in it, and it was great to represent some of our leaders in our school, really preparing us to lead and serve, which is one of the 4 pillars here at CBC, and I thought that was very powerful.
Personally, that was my favorite section we did, was just going up to teachers and students and just asking them, who do you think doesn't get enough recognition at CBC? And I think those answers were like kind of unique, because a lot of the teachers you notice would say people like the janitors or someone that have a crucial role in CBC that I think we all just kind of take for granted. And then some people would say students that just either are super shy or really introverted and that do things that not a lot of people realize.
Like I knew virtually nothing about STEM other than it existed. And so like doing this STEM episode, I was like, okay, I'm learning something like about like aviation club with the Sibin interview and like stuff like that. It was all super cool to like learn about.
You knew a lot about the theater program. You maybe didn't learn as much new stuff as other people did, but you also got to enjoy it just because you got to see the thing that you liked being promoted more.
I really like the Finding Performing Arts episode just because like that's what I like to do here at CBC, so I really enjoyed kind of letting that, like giving that a little spotlight. So I thought that was really cool, and the Murray and Getz interview was definitely a highlight for me. Devin was like the one who like coordinated the interview, but me and Carter helped behind the scenes on that too. So it was really nice to like put that together, and I was really proud of the final product and how it turned out.
I was just like, yeah, these guys do need to get recognized, and you know, even the programs where I don't, it's like when you really think about like the theater program, like Carter's talking about, all those guys, they're so talented. It's like, you know, even if it's a quick shout out, you gotta give recognition to the people that deserve it. So that was really cool, and I like how we're spreading all that around the community.
Yeah, my favorite was when I went and interviewed Wayner, and we were talking about the managers, and it was just so much fun that like whenever we'd say things about the managers, like neither of us could keep a straight face for the longest time because we would just be looking back and thinking of all the like fun times that we'd had with the managers throughout the year, because as a kicker I don't do anything in practice. And
coolest thing, I think we got a lot of opportunities to learn new things. That sounds really like cookie cutter, but we really did get a lot of opportunities to learn new programs. Like I had known After Effects, but I got to learn Premiere. There's a whole bunch of kids that got to learn Premiere, and then there's a whole bunch of like different techniques when we started talking about camera work, or how to address a camera, how to address somebody in an interview, talking to Mr. Gardner, where to position the camera at, over the shoulder, stuff like that in the interviews. I thought that was really cool.
I've really done anything with video production and just interviews and stuff like that in general, and being a part of this show really helped me like kind of learn how to conduct a proper interview and see the planning, and really also appreciate what Lia and some of those theater production and KCBC.
I had never used video editing software before. I think Josh Good taught me how 2 classes together. It wasn't anything particularly complex, but we all had to kind of be adaptable and adjust to whatever each episode required. So
it was just kind of cool to come to a class and be like, all right, I know that today that I don't know what we're really going to do yet. I know we have a general guideline, and just being able to like create for yourself what you're planning on doing. That's something that I think is probably a better reflection of what a lot of the adult world's going to be like, and I'm glad I just got that experience.
I think definitely in this class it was really important, like in a lot of the decisions we made with how the episodes were going to work, or how we were going to do other things within the class, within people editing, people doing other side projects even. That was like really cool to see that everyone was all kind of interacting, and it felt like a real experience instead of a classroom where you raise your hand and say something and they're like, well, you've definitely contributed. And like, yes, I have, thank you.
It was a fun way to actually like grow my communication and like collaboration skills by actually like being able to participate with everybody else and create something that I wanted to, not something that I had to.
At the end of the day, like the goal of our show that we made was to spread good news around CBC, and to see like all these students and teachers actually taking appreciation for what we did and enjoying it is like a really cool thing to see. Not only did people around CBC, like the students and faculty, watch those episodes, but alumni did too, and parents. So I think that really just strengthens the bond of brotherhood.
Our point with this was to spread good news around CBC, and what you were just saying, like people just talking about it and spreading word of mouth, and then people just knowing about these good things that happen. Like that's exactly what we wanted to happen. Like we wanted people to we wanted to give spotlight to things that people wouldn't normally hear about, and I think people watching the show and then spreading that, people not even watching the show but still hearing about that, I think that's a perfect summarization of like what we wanted to happen.
We did spread a lot of awareness and kindness and positive energy. We ended up being able to do our goal, and I think it was really cool that we went from basically nothing to something. And that's what leadership is all about.
We hope to see you here at LA again sometime in the future, but until then, always remember to be kind.
We're signing off one last time.
And with that said, guys, this is it. This is the end. We hope you have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you all from the cast of Lia The Show.